This 3D medical rendering shows the exact mechanics of a grade 2 calf strain. On May 17th, Neymar Jr suffered this specific injury, resulting in a partial tear of his muscle fibers under tension. The medical staff established a strict 2 to 3 week recovery timeline. That diagnosis mathematically eliminated him from Brazil's impending match against Haiti. In Brazil's current setup, losing their number 10 is a severe problem. He operates as the structural linchpin of their entire spatial architecture. This tactical board illustrates a concept called single-node architecture. The entire offensive algorithm relies on one player's positioning to function. When that central node is deleted, the remaining positional structure scatters into chaos. The pressure to correct this structural collapse falls squarely on manager Carlo Ancelotti. He has exactly 72 hours to re-engineer Brazil's attack from a single-node system into a distributed network, or face a highly probable group stage elimination. That ticking 72-hour countdown ends here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Brazil arrived at this tournament with a squad valuation exceeding $1 billion, yet they currently sit in a precarious, tied position in Group C. A simple personnel swap fails to address the underlying structural deficit. The system cannot be restored by merely plugging a bench player into the vacant position. That is because his specific positioning creates a gravitational pull. He forces opposition defenses to physically deform their lines to account for his location on the pitch. Without that specific gravity, a collection of world-class individuals cannot break down a highly structured defense on pure talent. To understand exactly how the system breaks, we have to look at the immediate past, Brazil's 1-1 draw against Morocco. This tracking map illustrates the problem. Morocco locked into a rigid 4-1-4-1 mid-block. Usually, Brazil's star forward draws defenders left, warping the line to open passing lanes. Without his gravity, Morocco's defense remained perfectly structured, absorbing pressure and forcing Brazil outward. This produced the first major symptom of system failure, spatial redundancy among Brazil's elite wingers. These heat maps show Vinicius Jr and Raphinha repeatedly crashing into the exact same vertical corridors. Instead of stretching the defense, they neutralized each other, bottlenecking the attack in the left half space. The second symptom was a severe midfield disconnect surrounding the defensive pivot. This diagram highlights the massive, unplayable distance between Casemiro and the advanced forward line, creating a dangerous spatial void in the center. Morocco's Ismail Saibari timed to run perfectly into this exact void, intercepting a turnover and scoring on the transition. The tracking data proves a harsh reality. Without precise spatial occupation, even a billion-dollar squad will be systematically dismantled by a disciplined mid-block. Now, Brazil faces a Haitian team eager to capitalize on that exact same Morocco blueprint. Haiti is led by Frenchman Sébastien Migne, a manager who constructed his tactical philosophy under extreme logistical adversity, relying on remote scouting and diaspora recruitment. This diagram shows the Migne protocol, a suffocating 4-2-3-1 low block designed for survival. When Haiti wins possession, Jean-Richner Bellegarde acts as a transition engine, bypassing the midfield entirely. He establishes a direct vector to target man, France de Piero, exploiting his immense physical gravity. This sports science dashboard projects a severe environmental friction compounding Brazil's tactical issues, an impending heat wave in Philadelphia. Temperatures climbing above 28 degrees Celsius mathematically degrade the running metrics required to execute a high-energy pressing system. An exhausted, structurally disjointed opponent is the exact prey Migne's direct transition system is designed to exploit. To survive, Ancelotti must abandon the single-node architecture in favor of a distributed attack algorithm. This tactical wipe shows the first step. Before fixing the attack, Ancelotti must repair the base of the midfield, shifting into a new 4-2-3-1 hybrid formation. He achieves this by inserting Fabinho into a double pivot alongside Bruno Guimaraes, establishing a firm rest defense zone. This structure physically blocks Haiti's direct transition vector to Pierrot, neutralizing the counterattack before it begins. There is an inherent risk to this move. Committing 2 holding midfielders against a low block removes a dedicated attacker from the final third. Stabilizing the defensive base is the ultimate prerequisite. Without a secure rest defense, Brazil cannot sustain the continuous offensive pressure required to crack a low block. With the base secured, Ancelotti must deploy offensive spatial corrections to manually stretch Haiti's defense without Neymar's gravitational pull. This diagram shows the required movements. Luis Enrique receives a specific mandate to hold absolute width on the right touchline, forcing the Haitian defense to stretch outward and create internal gaps. That width triggers Raphinha's systemic shift from the congested wing into a flexible central playmaking role. Operating as a central number 10, this animation shows how Raphinha reoccupies the half spaces that were completely abandoned during the Morocco match. The final node adjustment occurs up top, replacing Igor Thiago with Mateus Cunha at striker. Cunha possesses elite hold-up play. When he drops deep to link with Raphinha, he pulls a center-back out of the low block, fracturing Haiti's structural integrity. This synchronized matrix illustrates a fully functioning distributed system where every player occupies a specific, mathematically significant role. Brazil's World Cup survival no longer rests on individual brilliance. To advance, Ancelotti must ensure every player submits to the rigid algorithms of positional play.